Hi, everybody.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Bethany.
And today we're going to be talking about point salad, but first we have an announcement to make that we will make at the end of the show, so stay tuned. And second of all, we're going to go into our pounds and inches segment where we talk about our journey towards health.
All right, so I told all of you guys a couple videos ago about how my goal was to just not cancel on my sister for 3 weeks. And it hasn't been 3 weeks yet, but I haven't canceled on her. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it to 3 weeks. And I wanted to cancel on her today, but she was taking my kids somewhere. So it actually would have been more work for me to have canceled on her today.
You should always do that. Make it harder for yourself and not be able to work out.
Yeah, exactly.
For me, I've got a small victory in that this week I've been doing a great job of eating our suppers as clean as possible. No snacks, smaller portion sizes. I'm very happy with that. At work, it's a little different story, but it's a work in progress. So we'll see how that goes the rest of the week.
All right, so we're going to get into Point Salad now. Point Salad is a card drafting set collection game where you're trying to build your best, biggest salad and get as many points as you can. It's such a quick game, however, that I'm going to see you in just a couple of seconds as Ryan goes through the gameplay.
The setup for Point Salad is quite easy. You have your deck of cards that you have built based off of the number of players you have. You use a certain amount of vegetables per player, and then you shuffle it into 3 piles. Alright, so then next you take the top 2 cards from each deck and you turn them over. On your turn, you are going to either draft 2 of the vegetable cards or 1 of these scoring cards. What you're trying to do is build a tableau in front of you that gets you the most amount of points. So you might draft something like this that says, carrots are worth 2 points apiece. Or you might draft something that says, like, you have the most total vegetables, it's worth 10 victory points. And then also you need to, draft those vegetables. You might take the 2 carrots, that way, if you had that card in your tableau, you would then score those points. However, the trick is, as you draft these cards, let's say you got these 2 carrots, those cards are no longer available to you because now they've turned into vegetables. Vegetables cannot turn into scoring cards. However, on your turn, in addition to drafting, you can, as an option, take one of the previously drafted vegetable or scoring cards and flip it over to turn it into a vegetable card if, let's say, it no longer scores you as many points as you thought it would, or potentially helps out a neighbor or something like that. You can tell what the vegetable is going to be on the back side of the scoring card based off of the triangles at the edge of the cards. This one's going to be a pepper, and it is. Towards the end of the game, as piles start to run out from the scorecards, and you draft these cards, you fill in as much as you can, but then on a place you need to fill in, you take roughly the bottom half of the cards from another deck, move it over here, fill in as necessary. The game keeps on going until all the cards are gone. So if these draft, you just keep on having to go until the cards are all gone. And eventually, you might end up with some cards that you didn't expect to take, and it might mess up some of your scoring cards, but that ultimately is kind of part of the game, is trying to wait it out and take the best cards that are going to give you the most flexibility, or really go after one certain kind of vegetable and one kind of strategy. At the end of the game, you add up all the cards that you have, multiply them by the different scoring mechanisms that you have in front of you that you drafted, and whoever has the most points wins. In this case, this card says, for every 2 carrots that you own, you're going to get 5 victory points. So we do have 2 carrots here, so we're going to get 5 victory points. This card says, for every lettuce, pepper, and carrot you have, you're going to get 8 points. And we do have a lettuce, a pepper, and a carrot. So you can use vegetables again and again for different cards. And cards do multiply. If you would have had 4 carrots, we would have gotten 10 points from this card. So you just add up all those cards, add up all those points, and whoever has the most points wins.
So one of my favorite mechanics in board games is multi-use cards. I just really like it, and this game has it. So they have that you can score the card or you flip it and it's a vegetable, and I really like multi-use cards, and this game really pulls it off.
I love the combos that you can make in this game. Having the card that gives you, let's say, carrots and onions gives you 5 points, but then you have a different card that says carrots, onions, and cabbage gives you 8 points. And so you have those 2 cards going, and then another card that says every cabbage gives you 2 points per cabbage. And you just have this really cool combination going on. I really like that.
I also enjoy how you can play these games back to back. You just play it, and then you play it again, and then you play it again, and then you might even play it again. Because that's how fast it is, and people will want to play it again. That happened with us. People just want to play it again. And another side note is when you play 3-player with how you have to separate the deck, you have 2 games ready to go. So you play with the deck, and then when you're done, you just take this next deck, and you play with that deck. So that's a little fun aside.
I like that there are multiple viable strategies in this game. You can go with the kind of have a little bit of every vegetable thing, or you can go really hard after one type of vegetable, or you can be really aggressive and do like the hate drafting and try to avoid letting someone next to you get what they wanted.
Yeah, that's really fun to do, by the way.
It's really not fun to lose when your wife does that too, though.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. The 6-year-old one.
Yes. And speaking of, we were actually able to teach our 6-year-old this game. It's not targeted towards kids by any means. And in fact,
Yeah,
it's probably
it says 14 plus.
It's not. The math in the game is a little bit more than what she can handle. But the core concepts, she got every bit of that. It's a super easy teach. You just take some of these or you take one of those. And she won, and in fact she was a little bit upset about how she won, is because, oh, you guys helped me too much. You should let me do more on my own next time. So, I mean, this is something that she got completely, and we'll be able to keep this in our collection and kind of grow with her as she goes older.
I also enjoy the ever-changing strategy. So you could have like a card that gives you some type of benefit for having a lot of carrots, but then the thing that's in the tableau right now is a ton of carrots. So you have to choose. So I take the carrots, but if I take the carrots, then that bonus point gets turned over. Or I could take that, but there's all these turns, I might not even get any carrots by the time it comes back to me. And so I just like how it changes and how it evolves and how you have to kind of pivot all the time, and that it's not just you. All the players have to change, evolve, and pivot. So I like that, like, even playing field that it creates for this game. Mm-hmm. So this game is called Point Salad, right? When I first heard of Point Salad, I thought, that sounds a little gimmicky to me. Point Salad.
I like that one game. It was like deck building. The deck building game.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. That's what I thought this was going to be. But it's not. This is a game. And it makes sense. Like, the Point Salad makes sense. So it is gimmicky and throwing to gamers who understand that term. But it really is a salad that you're trying to build to get points for. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really love that.
As an aside, one of our favorite designers, Stefan Feld, his games are oftentimes described as being point salad, meaning that you get your points from a variety of different sources, and there are many paths to victory. And even though this game is not designed by Stefan Feld at all, I saw someone at Gen Con actually have him sign Point Salad as just as a funny thing that only a very specific set of human beings on this earth would understand that joke, and I thought it was hilarious.
And it's pretty neat that he even signed it, because it wasn't even his game.
Right, it's just he got the joke and he wasn't like too serious about that.
Yeah. So I'm going to do my final thoughts in this in the form of a story, and since I am Bethany, I apologize, I do not know how to do short stories.
And it will also be rhyming.
What? We did not practice that.
Wow, you just get creative quick. There once was a game named Point Salad.
What's after that? Yeah, exactly. Point Salad was a game I played, and this is what they
said.
Okay, so anyway, my story. So, a far-off land called Indianapolis in the year 2019, there was an event called Gen Con. And at this event, our children would not sleep. And after watching Disney's Descendants 1, 2, and 3, they finally fell asleep. Not only did they finally fall asleep, but I was exhausted, also wanting to fall asleep after not having fallen asleep for days. My lovely, dear husband brought this game out and said, "Do you want to play Point Salad?" That's how he talks.
Do you want to play Point Salad?
So like, fine, whatever. We're at Gen Con. It's a gaming convention. You gotta play games. So I decided to play the game.
It's like the middle of the night.
the middle of the night. I treasure my sleep and routinely step away from things to go to bed. If I could have kept my eyes open, I would have played another round of this. I enjoyed it so much immediately. I liked it immediately, and I wanted to play it again. I just physically couldn't.
Yeah, this game it's just really fantastic. It does not feel like a filler game, even though it fits in that filler game time slot. I love all the choices you get to make, and it's just a ton of fun. I took it to game night. We played a full round of 6 players, and I was fully expecting it to kind of bog down, but instead it was kind of the opposite. We're just pounding down that tea.
It's all gone.
Why is the tea gone?
Why is the tea always gone?
I really expected the 6-player game to kind of slow down, but instead it was incredibly interactive, a ton of fun. Everyone was shouting, "Don't let him get that card! He's gonna make a ton of points off of that one. Don't you take my cabbages!" You know, and it was just a really blast. Really good time with 6 players. I loved it. 2 players, 3 players, and the 6 players was a fun time too. So. This is a game that we're going to keep in our collection for a long time. We'll be able to teach our daughter more in depth,
Yeah.
and keep it on our shelf. I said that like on it several times, but we're keeping it on our shelf.
All right, so moving on, about that announcement. The announcement is to watch all of our videos.
You should watch all of our videos anyways, because they're so much fun, and you get to hear us talk when we're super tired.
All right, but Queen Games is going to be sponsoring a contest for us, and it might involve a game.
A free game.
And it might be a part of a kids review we'll be doing.
Yes, so watch all our reviews, but especially our kids' reviews in the next coming weeks, so you can learn more about that contest we have coming up. So you can subscribe to our YouTube channel to hear that announcement when it comes out. Also, you can go to our blog on BoardGameGeek.com. It's called Pounds and Inches, where we talk a little bit more about our journey towards health. We are on Facebook, Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews, and we're on Twitter, at Ryan and Bethany 1, and lastly, we are on Instagram, at BNFigs, which is where we're posting all kinds of cool board game photos. So be sure to like and comment and subscribe to all those places so you can keep up with us.
Yeah, we really like hearing from you. Well, this is Ryan, and I'm Bethany, encouraging you to play games, live healthy, and create moments. Bye,
Bye
guys.
everybody.